is Jonesie with Jetters Northwest, and in this edition of Get Jetting, we're going to talk about pulsation, or jump jet, hose jump, whatever you want to call it. We're going to talk about pulsation, what its purpose is, and how it can help you in your jetting. So what is pulsation or hose jump? Well, in activating the pulse, the idea is to get your hose to shake to help it get up the line or get unstuck. Naturally, as your hose is being towed into the line by your nozzle, and that's effectively what's happening. Of course, it's dragging that hose along the bottom of the pipe or around the corner. By getting the hose to shake, we're breaking that friction momentarily to allow the hose to move along. So that's really the point. I want to say right off the cuff that pulsation doesn't make your jet better. In fact, as I'll demonstrate here in the next scene, it actually takes away from your jetter's flow and pressure. So don't think in terms of that pulse gives you like hammer action. I've seen ads for that, pulse hammer action, things like that. It's just not real accurate. Yes, it does make the nozzle move a little bit also, but you sacrifice up to like a third of your flow and pressure when you do it. That's not the point. The point, as we're going to demonstrate here in a moment, is to get this hose to shake so it will break the friction of the pipe or the elbow that you're trying to get around and help get your nozzle to where you want to go. The other huge advantage of pulse is it can get you out of trouble when you're pulling back and your nozzle gets stuck on a joint or something to that effect, and you can use the pulse to shake the nozzle free so you can get out. Years and years ago, about 2005, sold a trailer jetter, and it was one of the first units I put pulse on standard. And I was darn glad I did, because basically I was training a school district crew at about 3:45 in the afternoon, about two hours from home. And as we went into the line, we went into a 4-inch sewer access on the ground. We went about 150 feet underneath the building. It's a 4-inch pipe with half-inch hose. And as I came back at about 80 feet, I just kept getting stuck, I would try, it was pulling the tail of the trailer down, went back out, came back. I was always stuck in the same spot. And I realized, hey, I've got a pulse on this. Turned the pulse on, hose shook, and nozzle came right out. And so from then on out, I'm never selling another jetter without pulsation. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to fire up and actually show you the hose shaking as I turn up the pulse. With Jetters Northwest units, we have an adjustable pulsation. So you can crack open the pulse, make the hose vibrate a little bit without losing a lot of flow and pressure, or we can open it up wide open, really make the hose shake and slap. But the more you open it up, the more flow and pressure you sacrifice. And I'll explain that upcoming. If your machine has just a ball valve to open the pulse, then you're basically taking it to maximum and to zero on and on. So let's fire it up. So you could hear the difference in the sound of the machine the more I increased and decreased the pulse. And of course, you saw the pressure go up and down. So again, with the adjustable pulse, if I just need a little bit of shake just to get the hose to work further up the line, great, I can just crack it open, not lose a lot of flow and pressure. But if I'm stuck or I just really want the hose to shake and help me move up the line, then I can open it up more. Now, to underscore the point that pulsation does not really help you clean better, I'll tell you a quick story. I had a customer who ended up purchasing one of these units. He had already had a cart jetter. Was not one of our brands, but it was a 5.5 gallon a minute, 3,000 PSI cart, which was pretty useful to him. Except as he was telling me, he said, "No, this thing's supposed to do 3,000 psi, but it's never done more than 2,000 psi." Started asking him a few questions about operation. You know, my troubleshooting brain starts going to work. I come to find out that he was trained by his salesperson of this brand X Jetter to open up the pulsator on every single job. And that's what they had always done. So essentially, when it gets down to it, he was running on 2/3 of his gallons per minute the entire time he'd owned this Jetter, which was several years. So I explained to him, just close the pulse valve and use it when you need to, as we've instructed you here. Boom, he had 3,000 psi, his full gallons per minute, and he actually had a useful Jetter, which was a nice compliment to the trailer he ended up buying from us. So I hope we've helped you a little bit about knowing what pulsation is for and what it's not for. Appreciate you watching. If you do not have pulsation on your current Jetter, if it's a larger Jetter, often it can be added. So if you need some help with that, just feel free to give us a call. Leave your comments if you like. Give us a like, give us a subscribe so we can keep these videos coming to you. Get out there, get jetting.